Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here. This is part 2 of Summer Slim Down, Fat Loss Made Easy. And we had an amazing first part of this workshop just last Wednesday. And now you are back for part 2. And we've got a lot to cover, so I'm gonna dive right in because last week I definitely kept us a little bit late. How this is gonna work are, there is a chat box in the corner. Please use that. Introduce yourselves. I will be asking you questions throughout this process. Let me know anything that is going on for you, any questions that you have. My team just told me that you can see me, which makes me really happy because that would not be good if you could not. So seeing and hearing me is a great thing. What we really want to do tonight is we want to help you get to where you want to be, and that's why this is Summer Slim Down, Fat Loss Made Easy. So we are going to kick things off. I'm really excited to have you here. Again, please introduce yourselves in the chat box and let me know what you're hoping to gain most from tonight's workshop series. So last week we really went over, you had a weight loss accountability checklist, grocery list for lasting fat loss, food tips for fat loss, top 10 weight loss hit list, and a fat loss mindset makeover part 1, right? So that's everything that we covered. You have an abundance of handouts. You had a lot of information. I spoke with many of you this week, or last week, and heard just wonderful things. And so thank you all for your emails and for just how much you're enjoying this. And I so appreciate you and love you, which is why I keep creating things for you to have to help you get from where you are to where you want to be for free, right? So I just want to say thank you again. Your support means everything. So tonight, what are we going to be going through? We're going to go through fat burning workouts, overall body toning exercises you can do anywhere, movements that get the weight off fast and how to do them in 15 minutes or less, and fat loss mindset and makeover, right? So this is really part 2. I'm huge on mindset. Actually, I assume that if you're here, you probably know that about me. But at the same time, I'm not going to assume anything. So Summer Slim Down, Fat Loss Made Easy. This is about getting the weight off and keeping it off. No gimmicks, no diets, simple tools, tips, and guides for real results, right? So in this workshop, essentially what we've been doing is I've been breaking down the do's and don'ts of fat loss so you can get results and see a difference in your body by summer, right? Summer's June 21st. It's that simple. So our goal together is for you to experience fat loss, not weight loss. So I explained what the difference it was last week. You can actually gain up to 3 to 8 pounds as a woman in any given day just based off of water and foods that you ate, right? That's why you can lose a lot of weight on a juice cleanse, anything of that nature. And that's why even when I did my fitness competitions, when you actually have to do water depletion so that your muscles can pop, right? To actually de-bloat the body. Your body's comprised 70% of water, right? 90% of that's in your liver. So really get that your focus and what you really want here is fat loss. That's inches, right? Those are the things that we're going after. That is lasting weight loss. Just weight loss is when it's temporary, something that can be done in 30 days time. It's very hard to keep that weight off, right? Especially it's very hard to get that weight off and not kill your metabolism or your adrenals in the process. So as somebody that has done that many times from my past, I can assure you that what I'm going to teach you is going to be about weight loss that is fat loss that is attainable, sustainable, and maintainable so that you can get it off and get it done right. I am about results and I like to give tactical tools and tips. I also really like to shake things up, and you're not here because you don't know how to eat or because you don't know what workouts to do, because you do. We all have access to Google, and you've most likely, if you follow me, have tried a million diets. The key to your success is going to be how to get out of self-sabotage and understanding how to stay committed and motivated and consistent to what it is you say that you want for yourself, so that you don't keep saying that you want one thing and doing another, right? The quintessential, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. So it's time for us to start doing it. And the best way to do it is not to overanalyze why you can't do it, but to make the connection and simply then to take action. So who am I? And why are you even here with me? My name is Kathryn, and I am a certified holistic nutritionist. I am a certified hypnotherapist. I have a background in food and psychology, as well as specializing in emotional eating and helping women with trauma from their background as well, coming from any sort of traumatic experience, as well as sexual traumas and any form of abuse, anything of that nature that leads to emotional eating. I also do energy work and am a Reiki practitioner. So I tie in all of this with my background as a fitness expert and past competitor, along with my love of fashion. So I like to tie all of these things in. Where's the fashion come in? I used to be in that back in the day in New York City, and why that's a benefit to you, because I know how to dress any body type, especially how to look 10 pounds thinner. We're not going to talk about that on tonight's call, but we might as well throw it out there so you know who I am. So that is about me. Those are like the nitty-gritty details. What I really think differentiates me from other people is my approach is fully holistic, meaning that I don't believe that we just look at food or fitness. We have to look at your whole life, because your life is going to determine how you show up for yourself when it comes to weight loss. And I always say how we eat is how we do everything. You will notice that if you stop and start diets, you probably stop and start a lot of things. If you always talk about losing weight but never lose weight or stay on a program, you're more what I call in my book, Eat Right for Your Archetype. That is a best-selling book. It's on Amazon. It's fantastic, but it's about the 4 forms of self-sabotage that I see from studying women around the world that have worked with me in losing the weight. And so how we eat is how we do anything. And so for me, for the longest time, my story was my weight is my struggle. And that started for me at age 10. And I was brought to Weight Watchers, and I was no more than like 10 pounds overweight, and I was called big boned. And, you know, my brothers, I got the look, they hit my thighs and go, look, it jiggles. And I was told, I looked better in clothes that didn't show my thighs. All of these amazing things that no one in your family ever means anything bad by. Nor do they think it's going to impact you. However, it impacted me, and I held on to those, right? So I helped, that then created my own personal story of what I thought I looked like. So what was actually in the mirror and what I saw looking back at me were 2 very different things. So I really want you guys to get that as well. It's really important for you to understand that your perception creates your reality, and what you see is very different than somebody else. Just like you can have 2 people that can look at the same, painting and go, oh my God, that's amazing. That touches me to no end. And somebody else can be like, I think that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, right? To each his own. So your perception creates your reality. So it's walking into a room and going, oh my God, everybody thinks I look amazing in here, to walking into a room and being like, why is everybody looking at me? They think that I'm fat, right? And then that is going to form your entire experience. So for me at age 10, I'm getting a bit esoteric on you guys here and going off, but I took that, I made that I was fat, and that's what was wrong with me. Till I took that to the bank. If someone didn't like me, if I heard somebody talking, if somebody looked at me and it made me feel uncomfortable, I assumed they were judging me, when in essence I was judging myself. So as a result, I tried every diet. If you ladies, who in here has tried Weight Watchers? I was a Weight Watchers, of course, after I was taken there when I was 12, then I enrolled after college. I tried Nutrisystem. I've tried every fast cleanse diet pill. You name it, I tried it. And it really wasn't until I stood on stage and won my fitness competition. I won Best Body, and I sabotaged myself. I actually ate all the weight back within 6 months' time, right? That's like really hard for your mind to handle. But it was such a blessing because I realized that I knew how to eat right? I had been a trainer. Everybody asked me, you know, what I did for my body. How did I get my body to look that way? So I was an authority on this. I had gone back to school for this. And yet I never went inside to do the work that was needed to be done, to actually question, where did my relationship with food start? Why do I even have this? I didn't even know I was an emotional eater until I read a book by Marianne Williamson. And I was like, oh my God, I'm an emotional eater, right? 21 Spiritual Lessons to Weight Loss, an amazing book. Everybody should read it. Changed my life, as did that woman. But she's amazing. However, I didn't know any of these things. And so I just thought I was doing what all my friends did. I thought I was just dieting. Well, the average woman spends 31 years of her life dieting. And the average dieter, 99% of dieters gain the weight back within 1 year, right? And we've got 108 billion people dieting, right? How many of those, why do we think the weight loss industry is as big as it is, right? So what I really want you guys to get is there's so much more. I mean, and it's not that I'm not going to tell you guys how, you know, that there's things to eat. You guys know I gave you guys grocery lists. We went through, here are like top 10 tactical things to do to lose weight and food tips for fat loss. I mean, you had all those handouts from last week. I mean, you guys have enough information for the next like 6 months time. But none of those things matter if you can't put them into practice. None of those matter if you are going to sabotage yourself after you lose the weight, right? So how many people here have lost the weight and the actual experience of the weight loss was so fleeting before they put the weight back on, right? I did that so many times, right? Like I would actually work so hard to get the weight off, and I didn't even get to really enjoy it, right? And so what I'm going to give you guys, and I really want you to stick with me here, I'll be posting the handouts, real tips so that you can see changes. But I really, really, really want you to understand that those changes will not last if you don't understand the root of where they came from. So when I did the Fat Loss Mindset Makeover Part 1 last week, Part 2, right, is really understanding, okay, where did that connection come from, right? And so I had a client earlier, and it's, okay, sorry, I'm not going to read these until much later. I had a client earlier that I was sharing this with my group previously, and you know, I'm going to call her Stephanie. And I like to share examples because I think it's really helpful for you guys. So it was really interesting because for her, she's married, she has 4 kids, and she cannot seem to not want to eat with everybody at the table and go, not just eat with everybody at the table, but actually indulge in desserts and go overboard and eat foods that actually physically hurt her, right? And meaning that she's got a gluten intolerance, a dairy allergy, lactose, all of these things, right? And so and when I say like they really hurt her, I mean, she's like in bed in pain. And so, we really got down to it. And for her, this, like the idea of not partaking, it feels like she's giving up something so meaningful. And this is what we do with food. We give it this meaning, and we actually give it so much meaning that it has almost like human form to us, that the idea of taking something out feels like a death or a loss. I know this might sound drastic, but stick with me here. So we really got down to it. And I said, Stephanie, where does, let's go back to this. And when we really broke it down, her grandparents raised her and her parents weren't very loving. And so when she really got to connect with them, it's when they would come to town and they would go out to dinner. So she loved having these dinners because she felt accepted. She felt loved, right? And so that is incredible. Why would her mind ever want to give that up? It wouldn't. Why would you ever want to give up a substance that helps you feel connected, loved, comforted, belonging, right? That gives you this approval. And so what we really had to do was then go, okay, so we need to, one, work on you getting that and feeling that without the food. To know that you belong, you created this family, literally. Like you gave birth to these children and you attracted in your husband. That's how powerful you are, right? And so I want you guys to get that your relationship with food, your connection is where you want to get. That's the root that you want to get to. That's the awareness that you need, because without that, it's very difficult to then lose weight and actually stick with anything, right? How many times have you tried something and not had it stick, not had it work, right? Or you try it and then you self-sabotage. So this is really what I want you guys to see. So we're going to get into all of the tools and tips, and I'll give you the workouts. I don't want you to think that I'm not, but this is the place where you need to start. So I want you to write down right now. I want you to think back to what does food mean for you? First, let's start there. What does food mean for you? What meaning has it given you? Meaning, does it help you when you're lonely? Does it give you companionship? Does it make you feel safe? Does it make you feel comforted, loved? Does it keep you from boredom? Does it give you an escape? What are the emotions? What are the feelings that you get from food that you are needing? Now, those foods, if some of you would list them and write them down, what are those emotions? What are some things that just showed up for you, right? Where you're sitting there and you're like, okay, yeah, yes, yes. So which of those resonate with you? And then I want you to think back to what was the first memory that you have where food was there for you. So for instance, it did not feel good for me to be called big boned. It did not at all feel good for me when I was brought to Weight Watchers, or when I was told that I only look good in longer skirts and I don't have the thighs, right? To wear short things. None of that felt good for me. So what did I do? Well, at 10 years old, I wasn't like, let me go booze it up, right? I wasn't like, oh, let me go become a sex addict. No, what do? You go to food, right? I'm Italian, I'm Irish. It's like food reminded me of every happy thing, right? So I went to food and I went to all of my comfort foods, and I'm a dessert freak. I love me some desserts, right? So that's what I did. And breads, right? Cookies, pastry, like anything that was around, right? I talked about this last week. I was like, cereal was like my go-to binge type food, like the crunch, like the cold. And it was one of those things because we like weren't allowed to have sugar cereal. So I would go to friends' houses. You know, when you would go to like a friend's house on the weekends and you would be like, it would be like, ah, like their cupboard had like everything that like I was not allowed in my house. Be like Oreos, Chips Ahoy, every sugar cereal known to man. I would just like go binge like a maniac. And that was like what, I feel like all my girlfriends, like we all just kind of like sat there and ate a lot for some reason on the weekends. I don't know. And so I really want you to think back, what were those memories for you? What was that? What was it that pushed you to seek out food? And how is that now showing up for you as an adult? Because we're about to talk about fitness, and I'm going to tell you guys this, ladies. Doesn't matter how much you work out. I don't care if you're working out 4 hours a day. If you aren't dialing in your diet and really clear and not in a self-sabotaging space, it's going to be very difficult and not fun for you to get the weight off, right? And you have to create that experience, right? So when we're talking about food, I really want you to look at food as fuel. I want you to think about, what does this do for my body? How and what foods make me feel my best, right? We gave last week, and this is piggybacking off of what we discussed last week. Last week, we really went through showing you, okay, these are foods that are good. These are grocery lists. Look at this, take it down. In this past week, when you were putting your meals together, and I advised you to simplify, right? When you were putting your meals together, what did you notice? What foods really felt good for you? What foods gave you energy? What foods made you feel full and comfortable, but didn't leave you craving other foods? These are all really important things, because this is you creating your own roadmap to success, right? And this is really, really going to be helpful for you, because you have to start identifying those things that are going to work for you, right? Those things that are really going to, and by those things, I'm saying those foods, those lifestyle choices, those movements, all of those things, because that will make a big difference for you and your body. Okay, so another thing that we talked about last week was drinking a lot of water, which I'm going to have some right now in my cup. So really being in that space of 3 liters to 1 gallon a day makes a very big difference. Okay, again, your body's comprised of water. It helps with detoxification. It helps with cleansing, right? We also talked about waking up in the morning to having your warm water with lemon, right? To help stave off cravings, to cleanse the body, to help detoxify, to have a morning elimination, and to get your body back to functioning at its optimal level and recognizing its natural rhythms, right? So then you can see what foods your body are craving most. And then you can have those with a cleansed palate, right? So when we're going into fitness, I'm gonna pull this up. There's a few things that I want you guys to recognize. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm not doing that. Hold on 1 second. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go here. All right, so when we're going to fitness, a few things that I really want you guys to recognize. Fitness is the most important thing, number one, first and foremost, is you have to find something that you like, that you will want to do 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 years from now. Okay, maybe not 3 years, you might mix it up, but you want something that you are going to want to do, where you are going to wake up in the morning and be like, yes. I had another client tell me today that we had one new workout she really liked. And then she was just saying, you know, Melissa, I'm just having a really hard time just getting up and going for my workouts. I used to just love it. And I said, well, are you even liking what you're doing anymore? And she's like, well, no, I'm kind of counting down the minutes until it's done. I like the way I feel when I'm done, but I'm counting down the minutes. And I'm saying, well, then God knows, like, of course you're not going to want to hop out of bed and go do it. You have to find something that you enjoy. So then we got back talking and said, okay, what is it? What are some things? And she's like, I like spinning. I like this. I said, great, go do it. Right? So you guys really take time to investigate. What workouts do you enjoy? What will make you happy? Right? That's important. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to want to do it. So if you're sitting there and you're like, I hate CrossFit, you're getting up every day. Like CrossFit's not my jam, was probably 10 years ago, not my jam now. Bikram yoga for me, I used to be like, oh my God, or hot yoga. I used to be like, just yoga in general. I was like, I'm here to burn calories, right? Very much this like dieter's mindset. I'm here to burn calories. I'm here for this. I blah, blah, blah. Yoga's too slow for me. I'm going to push my body with this, that, right? Now, like my body, I do what my body craves, what it's yearning for. My body loves hot yoga. It can't wait. It actually wants me to do it every day. I don't have time to do it every day with other workouts and things, but like my body loves it. You want to have something that your body will crave. Everyone's body is different. Some of you have more masculine energy and love HIIT training, love doing plyometrics, love killing it in the gym, love CrossFit. Others of you like things like Pilates, bar classes, right? Hip hop, Zumba. That's great. That's fine. There's no wrong or right. Whatever you're going to do, stick with it. I also want you to get, if you're experiencing any form of a plateau, you want to be in a space where you up your intensity, right? Add more weight, add more repetitions, right? Or pick a different workout altogether so that you truly are giving your body variety so that it's always in a guessing game, right? We're animals by nature and we will get used to anything. So we always need to be testing our bodies and pushing ourselves in a different way. So make sure to vary your routines. The number one, when we're looking at the number one way to get weight off, it's proven time and time again. One, like I said, you want to find something that you really enjoy and that you love, because if you don't, you won't want to continue doing it. And then from that platform, you can continue to test yourself, challenge yourself, and push yourself to higher heights. The workouts that I'm going to be giving you tonight can all be used in a way where you can add more weight, add more intensity, add more reps, or modify for less, right? By doing less circuits, adding more rest, right? Or you add intensity by adding less rest. So there's always those things that you can do so that you never have to be in a space of boredom. So I really, really like that about any of the routines I create for my clients. It really works in that way, and it's great because they can always challenge themselves. What I want to tell you are, it's imperative. Sleep is needed. If you're short on sleep and you're expecting to lose weight, it's not going to happen. It's just, you're working against yourself because you're messing with your hormones, your cortisol's through the roof, and you're going to have heightened cravings. You are going to have that sensation of an endless pit in your body where you can't stop eating, right? And where you just feel like no matter what you do, you can never get full. I can't speak right now. Where you can never get full. Okay, so that's what we don't want to do. The other thing that I'm going to tell you are generally, if you're staying up later, you're going to have a tendency to eat more food. You're also pushing past, you're pushing your body past its proper sleep state and putting it into survival mode. It's the same thing where with food, if you are skipping meals, if you are waiting to eat breakfast, if you are skipping lunch and surviving on coffee, you're putting your body into survival mode. It will hold on to fat. If you are doing a lot of eliminations and not doing it the right way, and there is a right and a wrong way, and trust me, a lot of people don't teach it in the right way, then when you do reintroduce those foods to your body will hold on to them as fat. Right? Because your body stops creating the enzyme in your saliva to break down that food. So it becomes foreign. So your body goes, oh, we don't know if we're going to get this again. It has to work 3 times as hard to break it down, which means you're going to have heavy bloating, right? Gas, indigestion, heartburn, other things. And then your body's going to store it as fat. Our bodies are insanely smart. So really focus on that. So if you're sitting there going, well, I always lose weight when I cut sugar, carbs, dairy, blah, 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 ask yourself if that's even sustainable for you and if that even worked, okay? So going into fitness, one of the best forms of a workout that you can do is called HIIT training. I'm sure if you are a fitness enthusiast of any sort, or if you've read any magazines or anything, I'm not telling you anything that's like so crazy and foreign. HIIT training is high intensity interval training. They're always showing different forms of it. What does that even look like? It looks like sprinting for 2 minutes and jogging for a minute, sprinting for a minute and walking for 30 seconds, right? And doing that until you've reached 20 or 30 minutes, right? What does that do? Again, you're tricking your body. You're moving it from a steady state to high intensity, meaning that your heart has to work that much harder, pumping blood throughout your system, right? So then you are in a place where you are working harder to cutting through fat more quickly with a higher calorie burn in a shorter period of time. So that's not a way that people generally work out. You will see a lot of women in particular that are cardio rats. They sit on the elliptical machine, they read a book, they listen to some, a podcast or something. They're flipping through magazines. They're just going at that pace. They're on the bike. They're walking on the treadmill. I'm not poo-pooing this. I know it sounds like I am. I'm glad that you're there and doing it. But you want to be in a space where you are out of breath, right? Where you can't talk to somebody. That's where your body starts to get to that space where it's going to shift and change. And that's why people will talk about HIIT training, because you can lose weight more quickly that way, because you're always challenging yourself and pushing through new plateaus. That is high intensity interval training in a nutshell. Other ways that can look like are you can do that by doing strength training routine and mixing in why am I blanking? It would be mixing in jumping jacks, high knees, crossovers, jackknives, doing any sort of movement, any sort of plyometric like burpees, jumping rope, things where you are going at a fast pace for a shorter period of time. To the point where you're almost feeling like you're going to failure, right? That is the number one way in terms of cardio to help you to lose weight. However, that is not for everybody. And again, I'm going to reiterate, if you don't love what you're doing, don't do it. If you are short on time and want to see your body change, then HIIT training is a great workout. If you're looking to burn belly fat, adding in sprints at the end of any workout, there's something that you're going to see that I'm going to give you guys tonight called fit finishers. And adding sprints to any workout is really, really incredible, because you literally just at the end can say, I'm going to commit to doing 4 sprints, and I'm going to sprint as hard as I can for 1 minute, and then take a second, give yourself 30 seconds to 1 minute, and then do another sprint, 30 seconds to 1 minute, then do another sprint, and do them 4 times. And it's going to help to shed fat fast. It's really going to help with that belly fat. If you are looking to reshape your body, but I need more water because I'm talking very passionately and very loudly, I feel like. Okay. Can we tell I like this color? I keep doing this on these webinars with you guys. Okay. So thirsty. Okay. So I think it's because I've been talking for like hours now, nonstop, not just with you guys. I came from coaching my groups and coaching clients. Okay. When it comes to reshaping the body, you guys, lift heavy. This is strength training at its best. You want to lift heavy. And I can tell you this, as if you are really, really wanting to reshape lifting weights, I mean, you want to watch your form, and you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, that you are breathing and that you are connected. So a few key components to strength training. One, what I would advise all of you to do is, if you belong to a gym, you were given a free gym, most gyms will allow you to have one free session with a personal trainer. Sign up for that session. They're going to try to sell you, of course. And if you like them, then by all means do that. But sign up for the session, say I'm really looking for something to reshape my body in terms of strength training. And I would love if you can show me some exercises that I can do with free weights. Why is this great? One, you can do free weights anywhere. Two, when you travel, there's always free weights, as opposed to getting tied to a machine routine where if you travel, you're going, okay, we don't have these things. Or if you're home and you're, you know, at home working out, you're not like, oh, I can't follow my routine, right? You don't ever want to have to be dependent on that. So ask for a routine and have them show you 3 to 5 exercises, right? Where you can do this with dumbbells, and have them really work with you on your form. A few things that I want you to note when it comes to strength training and with any exercise: you always, always warm up. You do not do any form of exercise without a warm up, at least 5 minutes. And you always want to stretch your body afterwards to prevent injury. Always, always, always. I tell people at least 10 minutes, and you want to stretch your body, okay? Proper sleep always. When it comes to form, you want to, essentially, you never want your knees to go in front of your toes whenever you're doing any form of lunge or squat or anything of that nature. When you're on the elliptical machine, when you are doing any forms of movements, anything on the treadmill, you guys, you are always pushing through your heel. You are never going on your tippy toes. If you're doing those revolving stairs, I love those because it's like built-in HIIT training, will shape your entire body and especially your lower body. When you're doing those and you're stepping on those steps, don't step with your toes. Just like on the elliptical, don't be lifting your foot, right? Your entire foot should stay flat. This is the pedal, this is your foot, and you should be going like that. And you will feel it differently in your body. You will notice that your glutes, your inner thighs, everything will be working. When you get on that treadmill, put it on a hill incline and get walking, right? Move those arms and feel it through your heels. All of those are like simple, awesome tips that will make a difference for you when you're doing your fitness. Another thing that I want to tell you, the best way to really reshape your lower half is you want to change your foot positions. So when you're on the elliptical, when you're on the treadmill, when you're on the stairs, when you're walking outside, when you're doing anything, change your foot positions. Go out, right? Like second position in ballet, or just pointing your feet out. Do a 45-degree, make them super straight, right? Turn them inward. So, and the whole time push through your heels. That will work and reshape all the muscles in your thighs, and you will feel that everywhere, and it will be fantastic and will help to reshape. What women do is they place too much emphasis and they put all their weight and training in their quads, and that actually messes with the symmetry of your body, meaning that it makes you look bulky, right? What you actually want to do is really work on equaling out your quads and your hamstrings and lifting your glutes. So we're going to go through that with some routines. So I want to do that now so that I don't keep you guys crazy over here. Okay. So the first one that we're going to do here. All right, everyone, I'm putting it in the chat box. All right, I just posted it. You're going to want to click on this right here. Okay, so this may look super simple, and it's honestly a favorite to my clients. So it's called Fit on the Go, and no equipment is required. And I'm telling you, you guys, you can do this entire circuit within 20 to 30 minutes, and it will be a full body workout. I mean, you will be, trust me. And you do it 3 times, depending on your fitness level. If you are not seasoned with working out, if you have not been working out, try doing 1 circuit, right? Meet yourself where you're at and grow into it. So what does this look like? This is 10 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 10 prisoner squats, 10 reverse lunges, 10 calf raises, 10 ab bicycles, and 10 Supermans. So I really want you guys to get here. You know what jumping jacks are. You know what push-ups are. When you're doing push-ups, if you can't do a full push-up, do assisted, meaning do them on your knees, right? Make sure that your eyes are looking 3 inches ahead of you. Your head is not up, your head is not straight down. Also, if you are doing a full push-up, which I really want to encourage each of you to try to do before you just drop down to your knees and see how many you can do, really watch so that your back isn't dipping. You don't want it arching in your back. We want it straight, right? There's no arch, there's no dip. Your butt's not dipping down. It's not like that, right? So you really want to keep that, just like if you were doing a plank. What are prisoner squats? Prisoner squats are literally just a regular squat where your feet are both shoulder width apart, pointed forward, right? And you're going down as low as you can go without your knees going over the front of your toes. You also do not want to dip forward, right? You don't want your chest forward. Your chest is lifted. There's none of this, right? Your chest is lifted. And you're dropping down. They're called prisoners because your arms are behind your head, right? Reverse lunges, you're doing 10 on each leg. That's literally you standing, and you can have your arms at your waist. You can have them out in front of you. You can have them down at your sides. And you are doing 10 on each leg, and you are reversing that leg back, dropping straight up and down and going as low as you can. Again, you are not leaning forward. Sorry if I'm going too close. You're not leaning forward. You're really watching. Your core is tight. Your chest is always lifted, right? What do I mean by a chest being lifted? It means your shoulders are down and back and your chest is up, right? It's not like this. It's not curved in. It's up, right? You're doing reverse lunges and you're dropping down, and it's ideal if your knee can almost touch the ground, your back knee. Again, your front knee never goes over your toes, right? So then calf raises. Why calf raises? Ladies, we don't pay attention to our calves, and again, it messes with our symmetry. You have no idea how much that can help define your legs. So when you're doing calf raises, I want you to go up on your calves and I want you to squeeze, right? Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those buttocks so tight. Have your core tight and hold it. And then release and go back down, right? Bring it up and squeeze, release, and go back down. Ab bicycles. I love ab bicycles. What are they? You get down on the ground and you literally do the knee to your elbows and you're twisting. Again, when you do these, arms are out by your side, right? You're not pulling. There's an orange between your chin and your chest, and you are coming over and you are touching your knees and bringing it back. The small of your back stays on the ground, right? And you bring your legs out in front of you. You bring one to your knee, right? And then you switch over and make sure that you're feeling that in your abs. And then Supermans. And you guys, if you have any questions about what are these, I can't find these, just Google the names and pictures will come up. It's super easy. You could do that. It will take you less than 5 minutes. And Supermans, right? And so Supermans are literally, think of Superman. Arms out in front of you, stretching as much as you can. Legs back in back, and you're laying on your stomach. And you are literally raising up and holding it and dropping it back down. And raising up and holding it, right? And dropping back down. And when you're doing that, I want you to imagine that someone is pulling on your arms and another person is pulling at your ankles, and they are stretching you, and you have to stretch, 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 and hold it. The key to any exercise is the squeeze and the stretch. I don't care how fast you go. Honestly, the slower you go through things, the better. When you're doing your squats, when you're doing your push-ups, when you're doing when you're doing all of these, stretch your body, stretch the muscle, and then feel the squeeze and imagine it in your head, and you will see your body change so much more quickly than you running through and just going. Obviously, your jumping jacks are going to be more quick. You're going to do those more quickly, but everything else, slow. I'm telling you, it makes a huge, huge difference. If you have any questions, please post them in the chat box. Okay, so you're going to go through this doing 3 circuits. Have my voice in your head. Am I stretching? Am I squeezing? When you are squeezing, I mean, am I squeezing when I'm doing my ab bicycle? Am I coming up and really crunching? Or am I just flailing around like this, right? Big difference. When I'm doing my reverse lunge, am I stretching my leg back as much as I can? Dropping down, feeling a squeeze in my core, feeling a squeeze in my butt, right? Dropping down, holding it, and then coming back up and then repeating that, right? My calf raises, am I raising and holding them and feeling that burn? That is what you want. That will make your body change, okay? We have a tendency to just go through things so quickly. Lee, are you seeing that now? Ladies, are you guys seeing this? Please post. Anyone? I see a lot of people on the line, so I know there's people here. Are you seeing the workout? I'm like, Bueller, anyone? Okay, thank you, Judith. Lee, I'm sorry. In the email afterwards, just so you know, we always send you the workouts. So I'll send you any of the PDFs, so you don't have to worry, love. I got you covered. So we'll send you the workouts, and you'll also have a replay. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys this. Any of you that are confused or wondering, is there going to be a replay, anything like that, you're on the line, which means that you will have a replay that will come to your inbox. You're going to have 2 opportunities for this replay. You are going to get to see the replay again tomorrow for 24 hours and again on Saturday for 24 hours, okay? Repeat. You're going to see that you are going to be invited to a replay tomorrow for 24 hours and again on Saturday. If you should need to, please do that. You will also get the handouts, okay? Tina, great. I'm so glad. All right. Awesome, guys. Thanks for taking care of her. You guys are the best community ever. So supportive. Love it. Okay. So now we are going into the next one. All right. Hold on. And I'm coming back now. All right. Here's your next one. So you can open it, and if you don't want to, then I will explain it to you. In the meantime, I'm going to have more water. Okay, fit finishers. I love fit finishers. What does this mean? This means if you go for a walk, you can come home and do this. If you do a weight training routine, you can add these in, right? I literally created something for each area of for your body. So you have a lot to choose from here. These are awesome. All right. If I do say so, I'm really good at creating workouts. Okay. So add any of these. Do you see how I just did that? That's something I teach my ladies, how to celebrate yourself and do your brags without feeling cocky or make yourself wrong. Okay. Add these onto any of your workouts or do them on their own. Cardio crushers. So add these to any workout between sets or on their own. Complete 1 minute of each. Jumping jacks, windmills, skater lunges, high skips, high knee jog in place, burpees, mountain climbers, step ups, jump rope, kettle swings, push-ups, planks with wide leg jump in and out. So that one got a little tricky for you guys, and you might be going, what is she talking about? So you know what a plank is? A plank is holding yourself in a push-up position, not letting your waist drop, not letting your butt drop, and holding it there for an extended period of time. Start with 30 seconds to 1 minute to 3 minutes or more. So get in a plank and then jump your legs, meaning you're holding yourself up like this, go like as if you're in a push-up position, and then you're gonna open your legs up and jump them out and bring them back. Jump out, bring them back, jump out, bring them back, jump out, bring them back. You're gonna do that for 1 minute. Talk about a tummy and all over body toner. You will love it. It's gonna be tiring, and make sure that your butt doesn't all of a sudden look like this in the air, right? We want to keep it flat, but you will love it, okay? So all of these, right, you can do 1 minute of each. You can pick 3 of these and say, all right, for the next, I'm gonna do 5 minutes total, and I'm gonna pick 5 of these to do. You do not need to do all of them. I just wanted you to know what cardio crushers would be. That's any of these are gonna be great add-ons to any sort of workout that you've done. They're gonna help to shed fat. They're gonna help with the calorie burn, right? Leg and glutes. I love floor series exercises. What does that mean? That means that you do them on the floor, okay? So great, what I love is hip thrusts with a weight plate. Do 30 times. And the X just means, you know, do 30 times as many circuits as you want to do. You can do 1 to 3 circuits, right? Or you can only pick 3 of these and do 3 circuits, 3 sets of each one, right? And then go to the next exercise. 3 sets, go to the next exercise, 3 sets, and go through, right? You can do it that way. It's totally up to you. You do not have to do all of these. Why did I give you these for leg and glutes? Is because I want you to have variety. I don't want you to get bored. And I told you guys, if you show up here, I got gifts for you, and here are your gifts. So hip thrust with weight plate, that's literally you laying on the ground, feet, your feet up as if you're gonna do like sit-ups, like your feet are flat on the floor, and you raise your butt in the air and you hold it, arms down by your side. That's what a hip thrust is. And you can do it without a weight, or you can do a weight plate, a phone book, a gallon of water, a heavy book, whatever you want. Donkey kicks, that's you on all fours, and you're lifting your leg behind you. You're doing 20 on each leg. Fire hydrant, that's you actually lifting your leg out to the side when you're on all fours, right? Leg circles with front and back with your toe pointed. That's you laying on your back and doing leg circles, right? So, I'm sorry, it's not you laying on your back. It's you laying on your side. So, you know, like Jane Fonda style when you lay on one side. So you literally are going to do leg circles to the front and to the back. And you're doing big leg circles. You can do big ones or you can do small ones. Either one's gonna work, but make sure your toe is pointed. It does make a difference. Side leg kick and ab crunch. So that literally is you standing up and kicking your leg out to the side and like going out to the side and then bringing your abs in and going down like that. So you kick your leg out to the side and then do an ab crunch, right? I hope that one makes sense. That kind of sounds confusing as I'm saying it, so I'm realizing that might not make sense to you. It makes sense in my head, and unfortunately, I'm not in a, you won't see me if I lay down. So, how do I say this? Okay. You're gonna be on one side, right? And you literally are going to kick your leg up in the air, and then you're going to bring it down and bring it to a crunch, right? Like this. And then you're gonna kick it up in the air and bring it to a crunch. So you're really working your obliques, okay? Lunge and squat series. I love this one because I love lunges and I love squats, and they will do amazing things for your body. So I want you guys to see that these can be broken down. You literally could have workouts forever in a day just with what I gave you here. And you can easily mix and match and take apart and just have 3 of something, 5 of something, whatever you need. Lunge and squat series. So curtsy lunges, you're doing 15 on each leg. Reverse lunge with front kick, that's doing a reverse lunge. And then when you step up and bring your leg front to center, you bring it right into a front kick, right? Prisoner squat, go deep, as deep as you can. Sumo squat, I already talked about a prisoner squat. A sumo squat is your feet are out as wide as they can go. Feet are at a 45 to 90 degree angle, and you're going as deep as you can. You're squatting low, keeping your chest lifted, shoulders back, core tight, right? And then you are lowering down, hold at the top for 30 seconds, right? Or I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Go as deep as you can go. And then when you come up, you go on your tippy toes and hold it, and then go back down and go into another squat. Calf raises, feet pointed straight ahead, or feet at a 45 degree angle. That's up to you, and you can even alternate. When you squeeze and you go up on your toes, you want to hold it at the top for at least 30 seconds, right? Step ups with knee ups, side kicks, and back kicks, right? So again, that's stepping up on a bench, any bench on steps, and then you bring your knee up, right? Then you do another one where you step up and you kick your leg to one side. Then you do another one where you kick your leg back, right? These are all total body toners. This is your glute and leg series. This will get your booty in seriously beautiful shape. Single leg deadlifts. And you can do this with weights, or you can do it with no weights, depending on where you're at in your fitness level. And that is literally having one leg and the other one is in back of you, and you drop down forward as low as you can go, keeping your eyes straight ahead, right? Right, 3 inches in front of you. And then you're raising your body back up, going back down, raising your body back up, and doing this all on one leg. And then the compound full body workout, 1 minute weighted squat to bicep curl and overhead press, 1 minute weighted front raise with back kick, 1 minute plank, 1 minute plank dropping your waist side to side, 1 minute push-ups, 1 minute rotate punch side to side with weight, right? Bent over row, and lunge with weight and knee up. And you can complete this workout, and literally, ladies, you don't have to do all of these. Again, you could do the top two and just say, I want to hit, you know, my arms, my back, and I also want to really get a full body toner with some planks and work on my abs, right? So have fun with these workouts. You can change them up, and that is something that this will keep you in that space of variety. But I also wanted you to have workouts that you can do anytime, anywhere, that you can take with you, that you can do in a hotel room, and that can meet any fitness level. So do you guys have any questions about those fitness routines? If you do, please post them. Any questions? Okay, so here's what we're doing. I know we're on the hour. I know that this was a lot of information. I hope this wasn't confusing. I really wanted it to be simple, and I wanted to give you guys a lot of tools to work with. I recognize that it can be challenging. So what I want to tell you, and you know this, I will no longer be offering complimentary sessions after this month. With some things coming up on my calendar. I do hope to return to them later on at a later date, but my schedule's not allowing for it. So I'm sad about that, because I love getting to speak with you. However, if you're ready to take me up on this, then what I want you to know is I am offering the women on this call, I say this all the time, I like to reward action, that you can get a session with me. So you will have a session. I'll respond to that question in a minute. You have an opportunity. I'm going to post right now a link to get a call time with me. I'm making calls available for Friday and Monday. That is the only time that I have in my calendar. I'm heading to New York because I have to speak there next week. I should know this, next week. And so I'm really trying. I really want to support you guys. I know summer's coming. I don't want you going into panic. If you need help with these workouts and you want help with creating a plan for you, combining the food stuff that we did last week with fitness, this is your opportunity. Get your summer slim down session with me. I will do that with you. I did it with a ton of people this past week. And that's it. I'm doing this to help and support you. That's truly what I'm here for. And so any feedback from this is greatly appreciated. Please send me an email at hello@melissakathryn.com. Was this helpful for you? Did you enjoy it? Did it speak to you? What spoke to you most? I'm really about helping you to lose weight and keep it off, and really, again, having that lasting weight loss. That's what I want for you. If you are interested in any of my programs, sign up for a call and I will tell you all about them. I'm seeing about Radiance Jumpstart. Radiance Jumpstart is a product of mine, and that's available at any time. I don't know who that is because I can't see their name, but if you're interested, email me and I can send you a link to the program. Tina, I'm worried about lifting. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do this before I answer you, Tina. And then anybody else post your questions and I will stay on to answer them. So if you want that session with me, oh, okay. Well, my team just told me there are only 6 slots. So if you want that session with me, hop on it right now, ladies, because there's only 6 slots because I guess it's taken. Okay. So Kay, you got it. I love you, girl. And Kay, I'm sending you the program that you wanted to buy. We just have to finalize the details. Anita, the handouts were sent. Those were in email. Did you register? If you're a recent person that registered, then you didn't get them. But if you were on last week's webinar, or on this live stream, then they were sent to you 2 times. And if you still don't have them, please email support@melissakathryn.com. Tina, you're worried about lifting heavy as you've been to the gym before and started bulking up. I can say this, you know your body. If you bulked up, then it's more, I'm gonna say, due to your diet than it was to actually the way that you were lifting. So if you're lifting a lot before you've lost the fat, then there is that phase where you look heavier and you feel heavier and your clothes get tighter. However, you have to stick with yourself through that process and remind yourself that your body is going to change, because then it will reshape itself. I'm very unfit, so I guess I'll just start very slow. Carrie, start slow. Girl, start slow. Meet yourself where you're at and you will get there. Honestly, and change your story. You're not unfit, right? The best thing about the human body is we're animals by nature. We can condition ourselves to do anything at any time. You can start now and feel super strong in 2 weeks. So start walking. Get outside. It's getting nicer out. Walk. Walking is one of the best forms of exercise, and the greatest thing about it is it doesn't spur a lot of hunger, right? The same way strength training does. So you don't feel that need to have more, right? So you don't feel that need to have more food. Go for a really long walk. Start with 2 to 3 pound weights. Anything. You guys, meet yourself where you're at and have compassion and love. Your body can change. There is no reason why it can't at all, okay? I think these exercises may be too hard for me since I'm 66 years old. Any ideas for me? Cheryl, a lot of those exercises can be modified. I have clients that are in their 60s, older than you, in their 70s, down to, younger women. And I can tell you that any of those can be modified. The squats, the lunges, don't do the weights, or start with wrist weights or 2 and 3 pound weights for anything if it calls for weights. A lot of the floor exercises are not going to be a problem for you at all. Jumping jacks, things of that nature. Do the things that feel good for you, and also don't cut yourself off short, right? My mom's 69, and I have her doing things. She was never even into fitness, and I have her doing things where she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I can do this. Always give yourself the opportunity and the benefit of the doubt. And if it's too hard, that's okay. Know that you can keep trying it. And if you don't like it, then don't do it, right? You want to create something that you love. Also, a great person, somebody that I love, her name's Teresa Tapp. She teaches something called T-Tap. And that's a fantastic workout that does not infringe on You can honestly order it online. You can get on Amazon. TTAP, T-TAPP. Her workouts are great. They will not hurt your knees, your joints, anything of that nature. And just really be kind with yourself and know that, and that would be great for you. Angela, I know, I love TTAP too. Teresa's amazing. And I'm so glad that you're here, and I love you, girl. Everybody, thank you so much. Yes, Leighton Tabata is amazing. It's my jam too, love it too. Who else? Any other questions? Am I missing any questions? If I missed any questions, just email me. Sign up for your sessions. Susie, yes, TTAP, I know, girl, get after it. So you guys are fantastic. Stay, if you aren't already on the MK Show waitlist, go to my website, melissakathryn.com, get on the waitlist. And that's why you will always be notified of every webinar that I do. I do 2 a month. So stay tuned and always be here. I love to take your suggestions and I love feedback. So I'll send you guys a survey about this. How can I improve this? How can I do more for you? What would be more helpful? What did you love? What didn't you like? And I'll just keep creating things. You got it, Susie. And I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you for being here and sharing your evening with me. And I'm just honored that you show up and you show up for yourself and that you're a part of my community. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night. Thank you. Love you guys.